let me know how it's going to look pointing where the camera is at the moment. I want a bigger bit of bar or something, or tubing for the tie wrap to the bottom of this chest harness, so it keeps it dead straight, so I can point straight ahead, and like I've got more room for forward or back on the camera that way. I mean, I've just recently bought the GoPro Chesty version 2, and the other kind, it's called the other name brand is called Same Top. They're both good harnesses, they both do the job, but they're harder to get on for me with being disabled. Get my hands through them, getting them round and clipping them together at the front. So they're good in one sense, they're tight, the elastication is stronger, thicker, lasts longer, and the stitching is really, really good. Now, the difference between the GoPro original version 2, Chesty 2, that's good, thick thingy stitching. I've lost my train of thought now. Oh, that's right, but the straps that come over from the back over your shoulders are close together, so basically they rub against your neck, the straps that come over. So what I've done is, the Same Top harness, they've deliberately like stitched them so they come off at an angle, so when they come over the top of your shoulders and drop down, they're wider away from your neck and they don't rub. So that's the advantage of the Same Top harness. That's them horses that I was waiting for to walk past. So now they're on the way back to the main road, and they'll turn right and they'll go up towards the Whitburn stables, take the horses back. Kids pretending they're on horses. They've got all the gear on there and the helmets and all that, running down the hill like they're on a horse. So obviously they love horses. It's their passion. I wish I could run again, even if it was that pace. Just to be able to run would be nice. But my stroke, obviously it damages your brain, so you can't get it together, lift your feet in coordination to run. And obviously with balance issues, if you do start running, you'll be all over the shop and tipping backwards and forwards, left and right. Right, so there they are, going back towards the stables. And let's pan around the top of the cliff where I've just came across the top. So as you can see, they're quite high, but I used to go over to the corner, and I used to climb up that way to the top there, where there's a gap on the top where you can see everybody's been sitting when they climb up. Right, but I'm just going to take the easy route over the top and down onto the main path, turn left and go back towards home. Make myself another cover and then put this footage up on my computer and see how it looks on screen, to see if I've been cutting off the top or cutting off the bottom, or not very good at all, or just bouncing up and down. That's what I need to find out. I've got my cap on and all. It's quite warm now with the sun being out, but I've just recently had all my hair cut very short again, like a skinhead, with my shears, because it is getting warmer weather now and I want shorter hair. Right, that's that's an example of what that pathway going down in the corner towards that concrete settee. It's all like that in the dip there. Soft, claggy water, mud. This is where I used to come scrambling with my motorbike and all years ago as a kid. Right, this is a steep bit where you drop down. There, straight ahead, that's where you come through the gap in the wall if you come over that way. But like I say, coming through the gap in the wall and then going that way to drop down at the quarry is just full of mud and clarts. I'm sure there was an easy path to get down at the bottom path instead of having to come that way. I've probably come too far. Yeah, that just shows you I don't come around this way very often these days. But there's an easy path that drops you down without having to get down on your hunkers and scramble down. Must be higher up. Right, so I just have to suffer and drop down this steep drop down bank to get down on the bottom there. But the more I come back through here, the more I learn about the pathways and what you can do and what you can't do. So you can see it's all loose stone, so it's easy to slip as well, because once you put your foot on a stone it moves under your foot, away you go. Let's start. So obviously the motorbikes come screaming down along the bottom path and just accelerate to come up here. And you just dig me boots in sideways, get a bit of grip. Oh, hey, I'm slipping a bit. You hear the stones moving under my foot. Silly me for coming this way. Oh. Once I get close at the bottom, I'll be able to stand up straight again, just walk normally. Right. So you can see the two different sides at the base. Want to scramble up, come up there and then go off to the left or go off to the right on that side. I used to do it all myself, get a thrill ride, certain sense of danger, adrenaline, done it all myself, so I know exactly why they do it and what they get out of it. That's it. Feel a little bit safer now. Just walk standing straight. Well, I haven't had any beeps on my camera yet, so I think should still be recording. And that's another thing I've got to find out, how long I'm going to get on my batteries when I'm recording at this resolution, 4K 30 frames per second wide angle. So you can see the motorbike tyre marks now going through the mud and water here. Right, I'll get across the right hand side here and get past this lot. I'm hoping that this is the start of, you know, if we get a month with no rain, it'd be great, because all these paths will dry up again and you're not getting covered in clots and mud when you're walking along. Right, so that's the main path that you go along towards Lizard Lane caravan site, and it's a 10-minute to 12-minute walk from my house to go along there towards the caravan site. And if you go across the road, you walk through past the golf course, Whitburn Golf Course. Oh, look at this lot. So you can see where people have gone right across the right to bypass this big puddle. So people come in their cars and drive along here and just park here, get the dogs out, and then take them up on the Marsden Quarry to walk them. That main road at the top end is Prince Edward Road, and if you go right, it takes you to the Marsden Inn pub, and that's the main road that the Great North runners go along and go drop down the coast road past the pub. Right, slightly uphill. This bit kills you now if you've been for a long walk and then you're coming back this way. You've got to get to the top of here. Just this first bit bloody kills your legs until you get on the flat at the top. But you can see this was an old country type lane that horses and carts would come along, because you can see the old bits of wall that's left, which separate from the houses to the track. So all that's left of what's left of the wall either side of the track. So this is all still part of history. This wall that you see, what's left of it. It's 3 bits here, 1, 2, 3. Now all these houses used to be on Redwell School grounds. Then they knocked it all down, saying it was subsiding because of this, that and other. The normal excuses that they give, so they can knock it down and build houses on it. And this is the result. The bankers get their way again. After selling the land to housing developers at a profit, the housing developers come and build their houses at a profit. And then you go to the bank and see this guy sitting opposite you in a suit and tie, and he's typing in a computer saying that he's going to lend you £250,000 to go and buy a house, to get a mortgage, with no money transaction. It's all just on a computer screen, no money, and then they charge you interest on that, and you pay for the rest of your life on your mortgage, paying it back. And if you get out of work, which is quite probable, if you can't make up your payments of your mortgage, the government can just come along and take it off you, because it's not yours. Your house doesn't belong to you. Same as your kids don't belong to you. It's all because you've signed them over unwittingly, and that's what they've been doing it with for years. Same as making money off our birth certificates when you're born. First thing your parents do, they take you down to the registry office and register you, and that's when they turn you into a corporation by giving you your name in capital letters, so all corporations can contract with you and take money off you. And that's what they've been doing for absolute years. It's a whole corrupt system we live in. But luckily Trump's bringing an end to it. It's all been revealed. So basically all the money that the globalists have made off us from our birth certificates has been illegally done. So Trump's going to make sure that we get all that money that's been made in our names and to give it back. I've been looking for one of these for these neck straps, and then you need something to wrap around your body and then keep it so it doesn't swing forward. So it's got that little hook on. Has it? It's got a clip-in thing there. I didn't think that would fit around my chest, my body. It would have to be tight anyway, so it stops the neck harness swinging forward. I'll take it home anyway, see if I can use it on anything. Right, straight walk home now, back along this main path and head slightly right on the junction there and heading along to the White Horse pub. So all these houses that you see here were on Redwood School playground. They've taken loads of schools and closed them down. My old school included. I used to go to Cleveland Park Secondary School, which is now gone, flattened. And guess what they built on the land? Houses, so the bankers could get the electronic mortgages to screw people over. You begin to see the pattern yet? And every step along the way, money changing hands, like property developers, land developers, all getting backhanders and contracts from the corrupt government. They're not put there. We don't vote them in. The globalists put them in so that manipulate them to manipulate us. It's been a corrupt system from day one. And when it comes to UK, it's always been a two-horse race, either blue or red, blue Labour or red Conservatives. So you never get, I mean, when you go to the polling booth and you put your X in the box, you never get who you want in. The globalists have got money and power, so they just put who they want in, and then they've got they blackmail them, because they're all kiddie fiddlers and pedophiles, into doing what they want to go against we the people. Good on her. That's what you've got to do when you've got a lot of weight on you. Just very gently run and get your exercise. Take my hat off to her. It's got a long way to go, but that's how you start. Right, won't be long before we're hearing the sound of garden trimmers and lawnmowers and all again, because obviously the spring coming in now. We'll get all our daffodils grown up in bunches, which has already started here, look, on the right hand side here. So that's the sign of spring, when you start seeing the daffodils coming up and out. This is a popular area for the kids on the bikes, to bike up and down and all. So all these people have taken out like massive mortgages to pay for these houses, and what they don't realise is these houses don't belong to them, they belong to the government, because once you sign on that dotted line, that's it, they own it. The corrupt government officials that's been put in by the globalists, not we the people voted in. classic examples of globalist puppets. David Cameron, Boris Johnson, the clown, Keir Starmer, he was placed, Rishi Sunak. They're all put in by globalist deep state to work for them, not us. So it's a corrupt system, and the elections are rigged. They put in who they want in. But thankfully to Trump and his administration, things are happening where they're getting taken and arrested and locked up in Gitmo for crimes against humanity. Same as the child trafficking rings, the pedophiles, all getting taken to Gitmo and executed after having military trials. Not our courts, because they're corrupt, the judges are being bought and paid for, so you don't get true justice. So that's why they've had to be taken to Gitmo and had military tribunals. Found guilty on crimes to humanity and sex trafficking and stuff like that. I'm just laughing at him setting off and just dragging you along as soon as he gets to the car. Hi. Well, I've got a big XL bully and he pulls me arms up his sockets, so that's why I'm laughing, because he does exactly the same.
He's a nightmare, him doesn't like people, doesn't like now.
Oh God. My dog's the exact opposite. He's too friendly. He's like a big puppy. He'd want to play with your dog. He'd want to come and greet you and jump up you. And people are terrified of them.
He gets nervous.
Yeah.
He gets nervous when like other dogs come in, he just goes for them straight away. He's alright walking past and a bit like that, but anybody in his space. No.
Have you tried, what's the word? Like going amongst like other dogs that are a group of them, like you know it's friendly, and just try and introduce them slowly but surely to get used to all the other dogs?
I've done like training and that with him, like the puppy training and stuff like that.
Right.
Wasn't having none of it. He just gets too anxious.
Right.
He's 7 now, man.
I don't think he's going to change now if he's 7.
Antisocial.
Enjoy your walk anyway. Seven years old, at least. He's just one of those dogs that's hyper. Right, somebody else getting their boots on, ready to go through the clarts in the mud. Stamp my feet and get all this loose mud off. Hey, hello, son. Dear at my postman, so if there's any parcels on me. There's my next door neighbour going home, Aggie. Right, so that concludes my quick journey around the area, the local dog walking area. Now I'll just stop recording.